Alright guys, this is Mr. Darwish and today we are going to talk about how we can write an exponentials in extended form. Today we will do a practice together. And so let's start with exercise 1. Exercise 1 tells us write the extended product indicated by each expression below. Do not evaluate it. So result is not important. We will just write it in extended form, right? How we can write it? So what we know, -9 will be repeated and just 2 times. That's it. I don't know what -9 times -9 is. I mean, like, it is not that important. So it is just asking you write this one in extended form, all right? So this one is going to be repeated just 3 times, like, and where this power tells you, right? This power tells you how many times this base will be repeated, right? And so here, power is 4, so that means that 2 will be repeated just 4 times, right? So very quick, this one is going to be repeated 3 times, right? So power is telling us how many times the base will be repeated, right? And the bottom part a little bit harder. And this time, this exponent 2 is 4x. It is not just 4x, it is not just 4, okay? So it is like an umbrella, it is included. Who is under the umbrella? 4x. So that means that the whole thing is being repeated twice. Okay, 4x times 4x. So who is under the umbrella? X over y, right? So it will be repeated 4 times, right? X over y, x over y, x over y, x over y. So the next one is this power 3 is 4 negative 5x. So if we see the parentheses, that means that the whole thing is included. And so negative 5x is going to be repeated 3 times. Okay, so the next one. So what we have inside the parentheses x plus 3. So both of them is going to be repeated. X plus 3 times x plus 3. Woohoo! The part 1 is done, guys. The part 1 is done. So let's move on to the next part. All right. So the next one is. Let me move this one a little bit down. Okay. Exercise 2. Write each of the following products using exponents. All right. So what number is being repeated? 7. How many times? 4. So it goes on top of 7. That's it. What number is being repeated? 2 over 3. How many times? 2 times. If you do not put a parenthesis, that means that only 2 is being repeated. If you put a parenthesis, that means that 2/3 is being repeated twice. Don't forget, guys, the difference. So how about this one? What number is being repeated? 2. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it. Done, 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 done. All right, how about the next one? So what number is being repeated? Negative 10. Don't forget to put them in a parenthesis, right? How many times is it being repeated? 2 times, right? So if I do not put a parenthesis, if I just write like this, right? So this 2 is only for number 10. Negative sign is not included. This is not going to be repeated. What number is only going to be repeated? 10. All right? It is not correct. In here, in my example, negative 10 is being repeated. So both of them is included. I have to use a parenthesis. All right, move on. And what number is being repeated? X. How many times? 3 times. That's it. What number is being repeated? 5y. And how many times? 3 times. Is it correct? No. So because y is not being repeated. So what is being repeated? 5y is being repeated. So you have to include them, right? And so we have to put them in a parenthesis. The same story. All right. So how many times? 2 times. Done, 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 done. So how about this one? 1 over 2 to the power of 1, 2, 3. That's it. All right. Oh, I forgot something. Thank you. Thank you. So what is this one? X, right? Next one. Exponents play by certain rules known as the exponents properties or rules. One of the simplest we will see in the next exercise. Consider the expression 2 cubed times 2 to the power of 5. How we can review this as 2 raised to a single power. All right, 2 cubed. Write this one in expanded form. 2 times 2 times 2. How about this one? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. All right. How many 2s I have in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what will be the answer then? 2 to the power of 8. That's it. All right. So what do you notice in here? What do you notice in here? What is the shortcut? You have to make a head form. All right. And so multiplication turns into addition. All right. Multiplication turns into addition. Don't forget this head form, right? So it will be 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay. And the next page and the last page, okay? So what is it about? When two expressions with the same basis are multiplied, their exponents add, right? So if you see multiplication in exponentials, multiplication turns into addition, all right? What does it mean? You have to add the exponents, keep the base, all right? So here, what is the base? B, all right? What does it mean? B is the variable, is going to be repeated, okay? It goes in here. And how many B's I have in here? N times. How many B's I have in here? N times. Let me make my head form. And then how many B's I see in total, right? N plus N. So this is the final answer. Right. How many 2's I have in total? I know 5 is coming from here, 11 2's coming from here. In total, how many I have? 16. Okay, put check mark. How about this one? How many times? 3 times in here, 8 times coming from here. How about in total? 11. That's it. Bam, 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 bam. All right. How about this one, guys? What number is being repeated? X. How many times? 3 times coming from here, 2 times coming from here in total, and 5 times. That's it. Okay, this one is a little bit hard, but you are so smart people, guys, you will get it. And how many x's we have in total at the top? 5 plus 4. In total, 9. Over, how many y's I have in here? 2 y's. How many y's I have in here? Just 1. Okay, in total, how many y's is being repeated? 3 times. Can I combine them anymore? No, because the variable is x and y different. All right, we cannot. The next one is rewrite each of the following products in simplest form by multiplying. I don't see constants. Yes, and variables separately. The first is done as an example. Right? So what are the constants in here, right? So it says 4 and 2. So therefore they put them in a parenthesis. But you can ask me, why they are constant, why they are not considered as an exponents, right? So because if you look at just this one, do you see any parenthesis? No, right? We don't see any parenthesis. What does it mean? This power 2 is not for 4x. All right, it is not included. It is excluded. It is only for x. This power 2 is only for x, right? If there is something needs to be repeated, that is x, not 4, okay, or not 4x. It is just x. So therefore, 4 is not an exponential. It is just, guys, a constant. How about this one now? 2 is not included. It is just a constant. It is not exponential. And so 5 is the power only 4x. Only 4x. So in this case, who are the constants? 4 and 2. So 4 and 2 goes in this parenthesis. What is left? And we have x, to the power of 2 here, and x to the power of 5 in here. If you make a headphone and put them in a parenthesis, it goes in here. Now, what is 4 times 2, which is 8? What is x to the power of 2 times x to the power of 5? In total, how many times x is being repeated? Okay, 2 comes from here, 5 comes from here. If you make a headphone, it will be 7. Okay, that is the final answer. Okay. Now, how about this one? How about this one? So what we will do, we will combine the constants, right? 7 is not included because there is no in parentheses. 7 and 3. And then the rest of them will go inside the parentheses. All right? Y to the power of 4, y to the power of 7. All right? And wait, let me write it in here very quick. Okay. What is the answer? 7 times 3. Yes, you are right, 21. And then how many times y is being repeated? 12 times. That's it. All right? That's it. Here, guys, I will, use a shortcut for this. And so what are the constants? Negative 2 and 5. Right? I will just multiply them. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. How many times t is being repeated? It is being repeated 2 times in here. Repeated just 1 time in here. In total, how many times it is being repeated? 3 times. Let's go. Now, what are the constants? The first one, 1 over 2. You might ask me, Mustafa, why this power 3 is not for the whole thing, 1 over 2x? Because there is no any parenthesis in here. So therefore, 1 over 2 is not included. It is a constant. So how about 2 over 5? It is not in a parenthesis. It is not included. It is excluded. So multiply them. You can use your calculator for that one. 1 over 2 times 2 over 5. If you use your calculator, you will get 1/5. Okay, you can use your calculator for that. No problem about it. And so how many times x is being repeated in total? It's repeated 3 times in here, 2 times in here. How many times in total? 5. That's it. Woohoo! Guys, you are working. I put check mark for you. Okay, how about the next one? The constant is 4 and 10, which is 40 times. How many times x is being repeated? Let me connect them. Connect to life with Verizon. I'm kidding. So here, guys, y square times y square, right? I forget about guys x, all right? So x times x cubed, right? What is it? How many times x is being repeated? 4 times. How about y? How about y? Let me, guys, put this one, connect them, and it is being repeated 4 times. That's it. Woohoo! Okay, I don't like this one. Okay, it is 4. How about the next one? 7 times 4. Those are constant, 28. Okay, 2 times 5, which is 10. Okay, these are done. How many times x is being repeated? Let me make my headphone. It will be x to the power of 4. Okay. How about this one? Y and y square and y square. 2 y's in here, 2 y's in here. In total, how many y's are here? 4. All right. Is it the simplest form? Is it the simplest form? No. It is not in simplest form. I can simplify this one. If you put this one on your calculator, and you will get 14 over 5. X to the power of 4 over y to the power of 4. That's it. Right? This is the final answer. What was the final answer? This. Right? This is the final answer. Now, guys, so this is the last one we will do. What is that one? Consider the product 4x times 5x squared. Okay, let me copy the question in here, okay? 4x times 5x squared. There's a tricky part in here. You need to be extra careful. You can say, yes, there's a parenthesis in here, okay? Yes, there's a parenthesis, but this exponent 2 is not outside the exponent. It's inside the exponent, parenthesis, I mean. It is inside the parentheses, okay? And now, what are the constants? Constants are 4 and 5. 4 and 5. This power is only for x, because it is just on top of x, right? It is not the same as this one. They are completely different things, okay? If we had such a thing, this exponent power 2 would be 4x. In this case, I would repeat 5x twice. But this exponent 2 is not outside the parentheses. That means that this power 2 is only for x, because it is only on top of x, right? So now, how many times x is being repeated? 1x is coming from the first part, 2x is coming from the second part. And now the final answer will be, and 4 times 5 is 20. And x times x squared is how many times is being repeated? 3 times. So the final answer will be 20 times x to the power of 3. Okay, write this product in simplest form. Okay, this is done. And relate both original product and your expression in for x equals 2. All right, so 20. Can I use x anymore? It is asking you to use, guys, 2 for x. So remove x and replace it with 2. And then what is the power? Power is 3. Okay. And if you put this one on your calculator, you will get the same result as mine. And 2 cube will be, 2 cube is not 2 times 3, right? It's not. Please do not do that mistake. And 2 cube means that 2 will be repeated 3 times. If you multiply them, guys, it will be 160. Right? So this. Is there another question? No. Okay, guys, that's it. That's it. All right? Oh, ole! Today, guys, is over. All right, guys, this is the practice about exponents. I shared it with you. If you have a printer, please do it. If you do not, and please watch this video. It might help you. And okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. All right.